Hello, 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 hi, I am SpanTopia Rose, but you can call me Span. How are we? How are you? How are you? How are you? I am a little bit better than yesterday, marginally, a little bit, you can tell because I'm wearing my glasses again. But how are you? The first thing I want to say is just a huge big thank you to like Matt and Tammy and everyone who has commented on my last video. I haven't been able to keep up with replying to comments very well right now. I get overwhelmed because I haven't done it for so long that I start to panic, and I'm like, well, I can't reply to the comments on this video if I haven't replied to the comments on the last like 4 or 5 videos, so I get stuck in this I can't reply to any comments mindset. I definitely have that all or nothing thing that comes with the autism diagnosis, or ADHD, I don't know which one, both probably. Anyway, yeah, I think it's really important that I keep making videos, not just to prove to myself that I can be good at something, but or consistent at something, but because I think when we get mentally unwell, it's very easy to shut down and shut everyone out and spur the stigma on by not talking about it. So I would rather sit here on the verge of tears expressing myself than doing that in my head to myself, quietly crying somewhere else. I think it's really important that conversation still keeps being had. So that's why I'm here today. Not so much today, but that's why I'm here yesterday when I was feeling bad and I didn't know what to say and I just wanted to get everything off my chest. And I think that's something that society needs more of. I put society in air quotes because I really dislike society, and I think that it's such a construct full of constructs. Yeah, I've had my arm in the tube bandage that I was bitterly complaining about yesterday. My idea with this is that I will just wear it in small bursts, and not like for many hours and not overnight, but I do understand that it needs compression to heal. I've also been doing some of the ice buckets, which makes it feel infinitely worse. So I'm gonna rise, I'm gonna make it less cold, but still do it with make it less icy, I think. But anyway, all of that aside, exciting news. My channel, you are wonderful. You watching right now, I love you so much. Our channel, SpanTopia Rose, is almost at 2,000. That's a lot of people. Hi, subscribers, and I want to celebrate that. I'm not really sure how. I could probably do a Q&A, but I feel like we've done that a few times now, so I'm thinking maybe some sort of like live event, where I might just set up a bit like this and just, I don't really know how live events work, I've never done one. Maybe we'll do a sneaky trial before that. But I was thinking maybe we could do some sort of live check-in and chat for the celebration of 2000. I might do a trial one before then, depending on how quickly I get to the next. I think it's like 40 views left? I don't know, sorry about all the noise. The street's really noisy and the phone's doing things. I went to the mall today. I think this is probably a bad idea because the mall is a very overstimulating place anyway, but I bought these compression gloves, and the compression gloves are for like arthritis and pain in the hands and stuff, which I wanted before I even hurt my arm, so I'm not wearing them now because I don't want to exacerbate anything. I don't think it would help, and because I had to go back to the chemist to return those. Yes, I bought them not yesterday, the day before, and then I took them back today, from large size to get a smaller size because my hands aren't as big and chunky and manly as I think they are. They're actually quite small. So what was I saying? Oh, I shouldn't have gone to the mall. I was doing okay, right? And I had this plan and I knew what I had to do, and I was going to go to the mall, and then I was going to go to Rolled and get like 2, maybe 3 wraps and then come back. Like spring rolly things. I don't know, rice paper rolls. So I was going to do that. These are my scarves, by the way. I should start wearing that actually, just drape it over. My poncho is currently in the wash. Sad days. So what was I saying? Oh, I went to the mall. I went to the mall and I had a really bad time. I had the plan, I knew what I had to do, and I did the chemist part, that was all great, and then I went to Rolled to do like the next part that I had of the plan, and there was none. There was no pre-made things. There was none of the specific one thing that I knew that I wanted to buy. So then I was like, okay, let's go to Coles because it's just next door and we'll just get the safe foods that I know that I have. So I went and I collected my 2 Caesar salads, and I was looking at other things, and Coles doesn't have as many safe foods as Woolies does. So then I was like, well, I want the wraps, and I was starting to have a little bit of panic because they didn't have the food that I knew was safe for me to eat. So I put everything back, and I left Coles, and I cried walking from, quietly, I don't know how many people noticed. I was trying not to make eye contact or realize other people exist. So I walked from Coles to Woolworths, tears, just so tearful, and then I logged in because you got to check in when you go to places. So I checked into Woolworths and I picked up one of the baskets, and I just went and I bought every single safe food I could find. So I spent a lot of money, but I've got ham and salad and chicken nuggets and, you know, just my Caesar salad. There's things that I know that I can eat. And I got my favorite drink and my favorite chocolate and just the things that I knew were stable and good. And then I impulse bought a sorry, there's a tickle in the back of my throat. I can't cough because I don't know how to edit it out. Sorry. I impulse bought a chalky milk, but it was a violet crumble flavored chalky milk, and it tasted a bit like yogo, so that was fun and delicious. But opening bottles like with one hand is really hard. I've taught myself that I have to sit down, put the bottle between my thighs to grip it, and then screw the top off that way, because if I try and use this arm in any way, it hurts a lot. Thanks, left hand. So, I've been having a rough time. I think I said this wasn't a cold sore, yes, in the last video, but it is a cold sore. It's a really annoying cold sore. It's really quite sore. It's a sore. So that's made me angry and sad and more stressed, and they're painful and annoying, and yeah. So I'm just gonna do it. I wasn't gonna mention this, but I'm just gonna mention it here. I have a personal Spantopia Rosé, what do you call that thing? TikTok. I have TikTok. Do you guys have TikTok? Let's be friends. Find me. I'm Spantopia Rosé. I don't do ASMR, so don't. I mean, I might in the future, but at the moment it's just me exploring. Well, mainly just like gender expression and like autism things, and most recently just a rant about the menstrual cycle. So there's that. But I would love to follow you guys I would like to follow you. I'd like to follow you. I'd love to follow you on TikTok. So yeah, let's go play on that app together. I find actually has been really helpful for me when I've been going to sleep. Well, it hasn't been helpful for going to sleep. It's been helpful for when I'm not able to sleep and I feel really insane. I go on TikTok and then I feel a little bit more. I'm on neurodivergent TikTok, so I've got just a lot of people who are struggling, a lot of neurodivergent people who are just having a real tough time, and it's really nice to see that, which sounds kind of, what are the words, masochistic or something, but I guess it just means I've found my people, as one guy says. I've found a few people on there that I know, as a couple of, what do you call those things, mutuals, got a couple of mutuals on there, but I would like more. Yeah, and it's more like this, and like doing trends and all of those Zoomer things I don't know anything about. I've only just learned that word, Zoomer, like the opposite of a boomer. But anyway, yeah, I'm doing okay. I know that this is supposed to just be a ramble video and I'm just supposed to be like talking this whole time, and I thought it'd be easy to get to 20 minutes, but it's not as easy as it looks. Sometimes it is really easy to just sit here and talk. Like yesterday I could have talked for another 45 minutes, but I'm trying to not wear myself out too much, even though I'm clearly very worn out. I talked to the chemist about getting some stronger painkillers, and I'm already on the strongest that is available, like over the counter. So that's good and bad, I guess. It means I can't get any stronger meds. Oh, my eye's doing a thing. And I'm right in the middle right now. Like it's 8 hours between when I can take new meds, so like it takes a little bit to kick in, and then it should be just right now should be in the peak of when the painkillers are working, and I still have a headache, muscle ache. Even this arm is hurting from overcompensating for this arm, and this arm is throbbing. So, I mean, it's not working great. I think I just feel pain more than a lot of other people. There's this thing, there's this medical thing, an overactive, it's not an immune system, is it? Is that the system? One of the systems in the body is that's supposed to, like, send messages of pain and stuff is heightened. I knew all these words before I went to say them, and now I can't remember any of the things that I learnt. But basically, my reactions are on hyper alert, so this isn't that bad. I mean, it's a really bad sprain, but it's just a sprain. Like, I've sprained my hand, I've sprained my knuckles, I've sprained my wrist, and I've sprained all the way up to my elbow on both sides, the muscles. And yes, it hurts, but it should be hurting, like, should it be hurting this much? Like, if I bump it against something, I get that rush of, you know, when you like poke a bruise real hard and you feel like you're gonna vomit, or you get that reactive. Does that happen to neurotypical people? Does that happen to anyone else? That when you feel an extreme pain, you kind of feel like you're gonna pass out and vomit. If I bump this hard, that's still the reaction I get, and it's been over a week. It's been 8 days, 9 days. What day is it today? I don't even know. But it's still very, very, very tender and very, very sore, because I've got a hyperactive nervous system. So it's in like alert mode. So it is probably hurting more than it should, which doesn't mean that I don't feel really extreme pain. It just means that the pain that my body is feeling is not warranted for the problem that it has. And that is such a frustrating thing to wrap your head around. I've been to like pain clinics, but I mean, it got shut down since COVID, but I went to a pain clinic that was basically telling me this, that I just need to get through the pain because my injuries are not as bad as my pain levels. So the pain is just hyper and I need to dampen it. But I never got to the how. And they kept saying things like, you just gotta relax. And I'm like, okay, but how? And I think I need to go to a specific like neurodivergent type thing for that, because there's so many. I think my therapist doesn't believe me when I tell her that I don't know how to relax properly. I don't feel relaxed when I'm doing relaxing exercises, and like, you know, even if you're sitting in a comfortable chair. It's an uncomfortable chair for me. I'm sitting there, I'm squirming, I'm rearranging, I'm putting cushions in. Like, if I'm watching a show and it's slightly dramatic, I'm into the drama. I'm really worried about the characters. If I'm watching a medical drama, I don't. If I'm watching a cop show, I don't. Anything with crime, I don't watch anything anymore because I'm overly heightened, both emotionally, like a feather touching a crystal glass. Emotions. Basically what I'm saying is I'm way too sensitive, and I don't know how to be less sensitive, because exposure therapy does not work, because I've been exposed a lot to a lot of things. So I guess avoidance now. We just try to avoid anything that could possibly hurt us in any way. I don't know. Self-care is really hard, man. Self-care, like, I don't know how, there's a lot of girls, you might be one of them, who do, just people, there's a lot of people who present themselves really well. They've got great posture, they do their hair every day. I actually did my hair today, believe it or not. They shower, they brush their teeth, they put on makeup, they just have really good self-care routines. But those things are exhausting. They're exhausting. I wake up tired. Before I even do anything, I'm tired. I'm just complaining now. I feel like I've complained for the last like 2 videos. It's gonna be like the next 6 videos. It's gonna be me sitting here complaining. I need to find a I don't have my microphone. I mean, it would be much easier to do like the silent reading, all the mouth sounds and stuff like that. The inaudible story time would be a lot easier if I had my microphone, but I feel like it's just not gonna work on this Lofi camera microphone. I feel like I need to go closer because I don't think you can hear me, but then I see my face and I'm like, no, just back up a little. Back up, that's a bit better. Don't have to look so close. So we're 17 minutes into this video, and at the moment I'm run out of things to ramble about because I'm in pain. I am holding myself better than last time, but I'm still in pain. I've been watching this show, I think it's called, like, is it Naked Attraction? On TV, and it's got a lot of nudity in it, which is actually really freeing. So basically it's a dating show, but you see people naked before you go on a date with them, and it's like a normal dating show where you've got to choose people, but you choose them based on their body before you see their face. And it's just fascinating. There are so many different types of bodies and people out there, and it's a really like accepting show too. It's completely judgmental, like so judgmental, but there comes a point where the people who are being asked on the date, or judged as it is, are standing in these boxes like completely naked, and the host asks them, what's something that you really love about your body and what's something that you don't like about your own body. And I find it really interesting what people say. They're like, oh, I really like my smile, but I really don't like my hands, or something like that. And I've been trying to think about what it is I would say, and I wouldn't be on that show for starters. It would be a very liberating thing to do, but I think I would panic. Anyway, I think the thing I like most, which is a very important thing to focus on, the things that you like about yourself, are actually my freckles. And then it's like, what don't you like? And I'm like, everything else. I think the thing I don't like most about my body is how keen it is to do things that it can't do. Like my body was like, okay, we're grumpy, let's go on the exercise, let's do the punching. And then we did the punching, and we did the punching too hard, and we screwed ourselves up. If my body had warned me before it was broken that it was about to break, like if I could get that signal, that if it could tell me when to stop, that's what I wish. Anyway, I'm gonna go download a hormone tracker now. Okay, I love you. Bye. Oh, good night, good night, good night, good night. Sleep well, good night, sleep well, good night, sleep well. How do you turn